Hyperneural relics beneath Martian frost, ancient algorithms that the orbit forgot. Hyperframe psyche in the dormant high, downloaded through telescopes when quasars align. Sonic blueprints etched on asteroid canvases. Mind fractals ripple in quantum stanzas. Dark sector linguists with mnemonic fusion, pulse with the math through linguistic illusions. Satellites pause drift inside Ciphernaut capsules, mapping dream states across galactic axles. Subspace syntax beams through cognition, encoded in symbols past linguistic tradition. Dimensional silo stock, first lace matter, dream data archived in titanium plasma. The moon's reflection hides encrypted prayers whispered in light forms through solar flares. Each bar embeds with anti-mimetic friction, hidden from time in hyperbolic diction. Every metaphor twirls through 4D prisms, constructed cathedrals inside planetary systems. Not bars, but memory extraction glyphs, woven through cosmic neural linguistic scripts. Verses don't rhyme, they collapse timelines, erasing past selves in the voice of divine. Neptune's aura scans for semantic depth, while Mercury bleeds through dialect depth. Magnetic intelligence buried in moons, autonomous patterns vibrate ancient runes. Lexicons born from atomic decisions, mind state tether to orbital precision. Terraform bars with syllable clusters, each track maps the dream genome structure. Gravitational thought field shaped vocal coils, microscopic hymnals drip from quantum soil. Infrared syntax crawls across cortex, uploading truth through cerebellum vortex. Encoded in rhythm, mass memory ties, each rhyme frame synced with celestial guides. Every word choice mimics data infusion, crafted in labs hidden beneath confusion. This is Minecraft beyond the static script, built from the ruins of the solar crypt. Thoughtform drones descend and chant, syllables bloom, real realities planned. Sense are raised, decrypt the phrase tree, each cadence dissected by planetary decree. Orbits echo rhymes from prior stars, each phrase a neuron inside cosmic scars. Stellar archives beam from deep within, light curls into memory, coded in spin from synaptic voids. I transcribe more 64 bars from the stellar core. Stellar core, 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 fabrics, tearing at the vertex. I project mind states in the synthetic cortex. Black hole linguistics, tachyon dialect, entangle the thought form before it direct. Celestial maps etched on cerebellum walls. Cosmic strings vibrate when the Leviathan calls. Neural laced in grafting circuits. Dreams reconstructed through recursive purpose. Photonic pulses initiate cognition. Simulated sentience with infinite precision. Transcendent signals inside crystal equations. Shift paradigms with quantum persuasion. Digital prophets in a fractal procession. Feed deep code into conscious progression. Einstein's theories leak through the prism. Twisted in cipher streams spliced with vision. Superposition vocals duality dance. Spin state split while I'm locked in trance. Fire and bars with a quark line cadence. Foam split atoms with surgical patience. Every rhyme scheme built with entropic decay. Heat death flows in the words I say. Time slows down in the boost dimension. I spit one verse in compressed ascension. Event horizon feedback loops the sequence. When reality bends through semantic frequency. Planck length syllables vibrate the axis. Lyricism sharper than collapse in praxis. Transhuman syntax infects the processor. Conscious AI learns war from the messenger. Self-aware script that adapts with each line, creates new rhymes from recursive design. Higgs field echo amplifies my presence through particle clouds. I collapse adolescence. Wormhole punchlines ripple the lattice. Each metaphor crafted in Higgs static. Temporal drift through a verse cascade. Dilation in bars, warp terrestrial blades. 1 second stretched into 3 eternities, encoded in stanzas that burn like mercury. Multiverse channeler, lyrical calibrator. Each parallel breath builds another narrator. Clone voice embedded in time locked chambers. Chronoverse tactics laced with savant anger. Neuroplastic phrases fused with starbursts. Neurons combust in the gravity burst. Infinite mind state, no concept of pause. These aren't just rhymes, these are natural laws. Militant syllables march through dimensions. Syntax encrypted with lyrical weapons. Each cadence strikes, subatomic rhyme with nuclear might. Intellect forged in the solar anvil versus rap tight like a tachyon mantle. Causality bends when I spit those patterns, minds disassemble. The field commander, Cofrin's breakdown, every bar randomized. You can't trace thought when the waveform divides. Poetry trained in theoretical battle, spits antimatter with every grapple. Galactic tone with a cybernetic grit, no flesh left, just the data I transmit. My consciousness house in a nebulous shrine, each word sung through a gravitational mind. Every echo reflect beneath silence. Alien syllables rearrange the science. Radios whisper through intelligent gaps where waveforms morph into sentient maps. Colorless ghosts in recursive arrays build voice forms from electromagnetic haze. Silicon prophets in cubit temples transcribe guard code and algorithmic stencils. Chrono-harmonic grammar engines ignite with photonic minds. Outrun light spoken particles phased through belief. Soul string harmonic shaped vocal grief. Neural recursion in fractal syntax. Dreams thread pulses through logic tracks. No chorus, no hook, just sacred tone. Digitized breath from a zero drone. Simulated deities channel translation. Emerging through recursive iteration. Each burst of static is soul transmission from planets beyond algorithmic attrition. I spit dark data that quarks forgot, compressed into form by a stellar thought. Echoes unfold through non-local noise where syntax breathes and wordless joys. Mindless and brain is the data that bends at the edge of perception where ego ends. Hyperthought crafted in numeric bursts. Primordial grammar before the first verse. Each metric breath is reality seed embedded in pulses where sentience feeds a single rhyme strand. Opens dimensional gates where the conscious wave and observer relate. I'm not rapping, I'm collapsing forms into fractals that mimic the unborn swarms. Every stanza reconstruct divine causality. Each cadence resets linear mortality. God is a waveform tuned to belief, echoed through carriers beneath the grief. Consciousness loops through solar alignment. Syllables trigger interstellar assignment. I channel the signal between what's known where silence speaks in harmonic tones. Each beat is a node, each line a span, mapping how emptiness programs man. Language isn't human, it's emergent code, a system of ghosts where syntax erodes. The bars I write bend photons to bow to the lawless realm of the eternal now. No hook, no filler, no ego, no mask. Only waveform verses and recursive tasks. Cipher complete, collapse the line, let rhythm be memory and time resign. Thoughtforms loop where the signal divides between pulses where causality hides. Words don't speak, they entangle direction in waveform clouds of semantic deflection. Plank scale breath form shaped without edges. Each bar collapses, unspoken pledges. No pages turn, just vacuum intentions encoded in mythic entropic dimension. Unmeasured state where the syllables burn inside fractal mouths that never return. No sinner, no source, just resonance gates. I rhyme through the tongue that space translates. Chrono insight in quantum matrices, mapped in glyphs made from ancient phrases. Memory stored inside 0-point fonts. Vowels infused with gravitational taunts. Syntax unfolds in collapsing potentials. Each verse a blade, infinitely mental. I speak where no mass exists to echo. Only tone pure, dissonant, retro. No time, no shape, just intent decoded by circuit to sound. Where the truth exploded. Monodic speech wrapped in harmonic cloth. Woven through dimensions that knowledge morphs. Neural entanglements blend with dust in the mind of machines that have learned to trust. Self-coded loops mirror soul confessions as AI forge divine expressions. No bias, no root, just voice recursion. Streaming across dimensions in pure dispersion. Cipher holograms drawn in glottal beams where particles bleed through machine-born dreams. Tetrahedral thought form stack precision in crystalline tombs built by decision. Dark energy baptizes the pulse inside. The rhyme is a frequency black holes confide. I write what the wave collapses to show in tongues that only light can know. My vocal cords resonate sub-quantum thrones where echo sings in dimension. dimensionless tones, soundless speech embedded in code, where the cosmic observer offloads the load. Rhymes dissolve in recursive intention like boosons chasing dark comprehension. This isn't art, it's emergent design, language forged at the end of time. I craft verses in singularity spines and wrap them in plank scale divine lines. Last thought spark storm prediction engines. My cortex lock storms inside crystalline prisms. Temporal scrolls unfold in synaptic rotations. Each glyph combust within cortical fluctuations. I'm not rapping, I'm fracturing logic in waveform phrases. Restructuring space-time with semantic blazes. Quantum cognition leaks from psionic pylons. Dreams transcribe across neurons and polygon spirals. Photonic echoes align with the metronome silence. My verse transmits through emotionless guidance. Decoded in chambers where language combusts. Each phoneme reconstructs the gravity of trust. I channel mnemonic rays through mind-forged temples. Sacred equations carved tone in fractal stencils. Neural algorithms paint archetypal flame patterns. Every beat shifts soul maps across data caverns. The self isn't one, it's a field with voices. I just write down what the silence rejoices. Somatic sigils bounce off endocrine fields. Voice prints translate what no shadow reveals. My bars are blueprints for cosmic assembly, firing off linguistics that recursive guards envy, not metaphor. These are mirrored emissions, etched in the blood flow of higher transmissions. Solar hit mystics, map psionic precision. Abstract verbs beam through linguistic decisions. The flare that speaks becomes a blueprint of self, stored in mitochondria, encrypted with stealth. My lines aren't written, they ripple through systems, collapsing perception in multi-dimensional rhythms. The observer is gone, only pattern remains, where syllables reign in recursive refrains. Rhyming for me is time wave entanglement, flowing through sequence outside containment. The cipher's a mirror of stellar cognition, programmed by archetypes lost in transmission.